What's up, y'all? Welcome again to the Elite Champions podcast. I am your host, an Oakland A's fan, an NBA free agent type of fan, because I have more to tell you, Sean, on that, and a New York Giants fan myself. And I hope my Giants win on Sunday against the Titans because our next episode is Monday. So I will either be here happy or depressed, one or the other. And today we welcome a special guest on our show. He is a Bulls beat writer for Belly Up Sports and my good buddy from Hoops United Media, or formerly Hoops United Media. That is Sean Patten. Sean, my guy, how are you? And welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nathan. Hey, well, ready to talk basketball. It's the dry period right now. I think we all are just waiting for this next month to pass and then get back into it.
Exactly. Look, NBA, it's this month. The preseason starts with the Warriors and the Wizards in China, if I remember correctly, which is a weird place to play a preseason game. But
Yeah.
hey, I'm not judging. Whoever stays up till 3 a.m. to watch that game, great. I'm talking West Coast, obviously, but if you're a Warriors
I'm
fan,
Eastern time. It ain't happening here.
that's 6 a.m. for you, buddy.
Yeah,
no one
that
gonna
won't
wake
be
up
me.
at 6 to watch that. No.
Yeah, I'm good.
But look, first off, I do want to address something. I am officially a free agent for a NBA fan, or for, I guess, to be an NBA fan. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Been a Lakers fan forever, since the age of 10. The Lakers were the first team I ever watched. Kobe was amazing, obviously, and he's a guy I've always looked up to. Rest in peace to him.
Yes.
Still miss him every single day. We all do.
Hey, yeah. I mean, icon to the game. Easily.
Exactly. He's gone, right? So if he was still here, maybe I'd still be a fan. You know, Sean, there are a lot of, and we'll lead the topic into this, I promise. But there are a lot of optimistic people, right? And it's fine. You know, it's, even if you're a Thunder fan or a Pistons fan, every team in the NBA, there's a reason to be optimistic about them, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers won a championship, 2 years ago in the bubble. People say
Yeah.
it doesn't count. I say it does. Great. It's to the point where Lakers fans irritate me to where I don't want to be a fan of this team no more. And I'm not. I'm done. I've told our previous guest that jumped on the show last week, few episodes ago, that I'm done. I can't do it. I really
done.
can't. They're so, just because we're LA or they're fans of LA doesn't mean they can get everyone or have their way. We can't keep saying, "Oh, we're gonna trade Westbrook and we're gonna get a Buddy Hield and a Miles Turner. Oh, we can get a Jordan Clarkson. Oh, we can get a Bojan Bogdanovic because we have our 2 first rounders." We forget that those first round picks are 2027 and 2029.
Yeah.
Yet people are like, "Oh, we're gonna trade those picks and get who we want." It doesn't work that way. There's a reason why we're in September and nothing has happened still. We've got Patrick Beverly, but we traded away our only draft asset in Taylor Horton-Tucker and Stanley Johnson. But no one really gives a crap about Stanley Johnson. It's Stanley Johnson. You know, it's Taylor Horton-Tucker. Yeah, we care about him a little bit, but he's the only young guy in the Lakers. You can trade Max Christie. If I remember correctly, you could trade him, I don't know, December if you want to. I don't know. It's just the Lakers are a complete mess. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done with the Lakers. Maybe I'll write about them this year, but I'll be a very critical writer because this team, I swear, I like LeBron, but everyone else, sorry. All right. We're going to lead into the topic here, our first topic of the day, and that's Russell Westbrook.
Everyone's
Sean,
favorite.
He's still there.
He is.
September 9th. He's still here. Darvin Ham's like, okay, we'll keep him here. And Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss are like, yep, he's going to stay here. Unless something happens within the next few weeks, he's going to be a Laker. Unless something changes the world. And I have to bring you back on again, Sean, and talk about the Lakers and Russell Westbrook.
We might have to if that happens.
I don't want to. I didn't want to talk about Russell Westbrook. I want to talk about something. I'd rather talk about the Thunder and the fact that Chet ain't going to be out here for this season. I just can't. LA is just, it's always something every day about the Lakers, and the Lakers like, enough. So I
didn't think Lakers fans could feel this way. Although you are a free agent now, so.
Yeah, but even then, like, I think once we got Russ and it didn't work out the way it did, I really gave up. Like for
Hmm.
real, I paid $100 for League Pass just to see us lose every night. No, I mean, I live in the West Coast. Golden State is easily on the TV every day or every time they play it. They're on TV
Yeah.
on the
Oh yeah.
yeah, whatever the channel is. Sean, why is Russ still here? Is this gonna work at this point? Because personally, I just don't know. Why is he still here?
Well, I think you kind of talked about the 2027, 2029 first round draft picks as the Lakers fans view that as like, oh, 2 first round picks. They're so good. They can get anyone. And what's crazy is the Pacers situation because I thought that was going to happen. But apparently the Lakers had, to my understanding, turned down the deal that was 2 first rounders, Westbrook, and I think THT. I think it was. I think they turned that down, to my understanding, for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. And if they did, I'm going to judge them critically because they should have done it in a heartbeat, in my opinion. Um, I think Buddy Hield and Turner would have fit in great with Bron and AD. But this is the situation you got now. So from here, you have Pat Bev and Russell can play on the court together, sure. Uh, but you're still not that good at shooting. You're still going to be playing in lineups where teams aren't going to be respecting Russ at all, and you won't be able to punish them. Uh, I I'm not that confident about it, but I will say I do think the Lakers will at least make the play-in. Uh, maybe the playoffs. They do playoffs. Maybe playoffs, but I'm not going more than the first round. That's where I'm at with them.
See, that's the thing. It's like you got to understand. I've been a Giants fan forever, a New York
Yeah,
Giants
who
fan. I've gone
questionably
through a lot. I've gone through a
yeah.
lot. I
Hey.
don't want to do this again with LA, Sean. No, I don't want to do this again. You understand that? Like the play. That's it. The last time we're in the play, we beat the Warriors, and we're like, oh my god, we're in the
Yeah.
playoff. We faced the Sun, and then Mr. Street Clothes went down with,
Yeah.
I guess it was an ankle injury, and that was pretty much it for the series against Phoenix. And I can't do this again, Sean. That's why I can't be a Lakers fan no more. I just can't support a team that is literally their star players are on the bench in street clothes or they just can't play with each other.
Mhm.
LeBron is the
Yeah.
only guy keeping this guy afloat. And honestly, if he leaves for Cleveland, I don't blame him. He's not
Yeah.
obviously, but if he does, I really don't blame him.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to keep staying in that situation, but I think Darvin Ham was a good move. Hopefully he can re-energize the team. I think they just need a change, and even if it wasn't Frank Vogel's fault, they just need a new voice to try to persuade all the players to get along and work something out.
I get the vocal thing. He was a guy that kind of didn't um, get the full 100% that we expect from Westbrook just because of how we thought about Westbrook just not being a fit, benching him at times. Darvin
Mhm.
Ham is still going to have that same power, as we all know. But my thing is, I just feel like there's a vibe between Ham and LeBron that's not going to work. Do you
Really?
feel that way, or am I just the only one here?
No, I think LeBron likes those younger coaches a little more. Darvin Ham's not too old. Obviously, Ham played against LeBron at one point on the court, like um, when he was a rookie. I think when LeBron was like a rookie or second year. But yeah,
Mhm.
uh, I'm and because that's like what it was with Ty Lue. He got along very well with Ty Lue. Ty Lue was a younger guy. Uh, Fogel was older. They got things to work. They won a championship. I mean, I count the bubble championship. Everyone had the same advantages, disadvantages. It doesn't still counts in my head.
Mhm.
Uh, Bulls didn't even make the friggin' bubble that year. Uh, but yeah, That's kind of where I'm at. I think I'm not too worried about LeBron and Ham.
Okay.
That's
I
just me though.
I mean, then again, you're right. Ham is a young coach, and I guess LeBron thinks of like, okay, well, I have a little bit more power at least because we know
Yeah,
LeBron. He's gonna
he
assert his
wants his little
power.
say. Yeah,
Exactly.
he needs his
Everyone
power.
else. I mean, everyone else doesn't have that, but LeBron does. I mean, it's LeBron James.
It is LeBron James.
So if Russ is still there, which obviously he will, and I'm gonna watch the Lakers probably lose to Golden State in Game 1 of the regular season, which honestly will be a joy to me. I'll be like, well, this is what you get for being dummies. It's
Yeah,
facts. Who's your starting five? Is it simple as Russ, Beverly, LeBron, AD, and Damian Jones?
yeah. Like
Oh
I,
my goodness.
I don't. I I have a fear they will do that, but my hope is that their like crunch time lineups will never have LeBron, AD, and another big man. They need more shooting. Honestly, in their starting lineup too, but I know Vogel did a thing or has done things in the past where he would play like Dwight Howard the first like 5 minutes and then sub him out. So then it's like whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, uh, I they just need more shooting. I don't see anything in this roster where I'm
Oh, I
like,
do. I do. I do. Watch this. I see Lonnie Walker the fourth. I see Juan
okay,
Toscano Anderson. We don't. We
but
don't have anything. We don't
yeah,
have
I'm like Juan Toscano Anderson, like the only guy who didn't shoot threes on the Warriors.
exactly. Like the man dunked.
Oh
He
yeah,
dunks, and then when it came to the dunk contest, he just disappeared.
I
He
mean
couldn't
he's
dunk
not
to
a
himself.
dunk contest dunker. I don't think that was his. He
None
gets
of those
some
guys
mean
were dunk.
posters with his strength, but he's not a flashy guy, and that's just what he is. He's not a flashy dunker in my opinion. I think he's a strong dunker.
I think the fact that when we signed him, I was very excited. This is when I was still a Lakers fan. This was
Yeah.
like when they signed him still. I'm a girl who's a Warriors fan, and she is very knowledgeable about basketball more than I ever thought she would. And she's
Hmm.
like, "So you got our leftovers?" And then I just went to the other room and just cried because,
Yeah,
yeah, it's man.
it's
We got
tough.
younger. We got younger.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got
I
younger. But
mean, yeah. I
other than
mean,
that, it's
I like because Lonnie Walker is a fine piece, but he's questionably a worse fit than Malik Monk was for them. Because Monk was kind of a bright spot for the Lakers. Monk has a little bit more of a established 3-pointer than Lonnie, but Lonnie
exactly.
can still be a volume scorer. Don't get me wrong.
And he was streaky at times. Monk was, but I mean,
Yeah, he
he
was.
was outstanding shooter.
Hmm.
I personally do miss him. Not more than I miss Lonzo, but we'll get to Lonzo towards the end because that's something I'm really passionate about. He's a guy I will never leave his side. I promise.
Yeah,
But look, LA. We'll see what happens this year. They face Golden State in Game 1 of the regular season. It's in San Francisco. Hopefully, I go to that one. I probably won't because those tickets, man, at the
they're
Chase Center.
pricey.
Whew. Unlike
Hey,
Sacramento
maybe
tickets.
maybe maybe we could get Belly up to like fly me out too. Pay for our tickets, man. We'll see what we can do.
I mean, give us a article to write, and we'll just go there and write articles, and then
Yep.
get free seats. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
We're working. We're working.
Exact. We're working. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking about Golden State, look, they just came off a championship win over the Boston Celtics in 6 games. Kind of call it that, actually. Someone else, well, a friend of mine said 7. Someone else said 5. I said 6, and I'm always right. Well, I like to be always right.
Hey, I actually called 6 too. 6 for
Okay,
Warriors. So.
see, me and you. See,
Yeah.
this is why I have you on, Sean, because we both think the same most of the time.
Hey, I almost won this raffle actually for a jersey because it was like tweet out in the DMs of Beerly Sports for who how many games it would go to and who would win, and they put like it was like 10 of us in a group chat. And he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna randomize it. Only 2 of you are gonna win," and then fortunately I wasn't one, but at least I was knowledgeable as in predicting the future.
Facts. I mean, hey, look, they won in 6 games. You called it. I called it. Hallelujah. It's all
Yeah,
good. And then
exactly.
we thought, coming to this year that the Warriors would still have their players.
Yeah,
No. It's Steph, Clay, Poole, Draymond, Looney, and friends. A
yeah,
lot of unknown friends. Damian Lee's gone. I mean, let's face it, he was only on the team because he's Steph's brother-in-law. He's in Phoenix now. We talked
yeah.
about Toscano Anderson. He's in LA.
Gary
Uh,
Payton,
Gary Payne. I'm gonna
Trailblazers.
miss him. I'm gonna miss him.
That was a good piece. That was a good piece.
Yeah, he's. I don't know why Golden State let him go. I get it. You want to develop Kuminga and Moody a little bit more, but at the same time, Payne was a great. He was a fan favorite. He's a great
Yeah,
defensive type of guy.
he was part of the culture. He
Exactly. And then now he's gone. So it's just
mhm.
like, now what? So, easy question. How successful do you think Golden State will be in their tower defense this year?
Well, I think they have a lot of things. I know they lost a few of those guys, but they're kind of replaceable. Gary Payton questionably, but I think Damian Jones is question or replaceable. To be honest, I want to scout Anderson replaceable. Like I just sorry, I know that hurts you on the inside as your leftovers, but yeah. But no, they got a lot of good things going for them still. I think Kuminga's gonna have a big year. Hopefully Moody takes the right steps. But I'm really excited for Kuminga to see if they can get him more playing time, get him a few more looks, get some plays through him. I think he'll be really exciting to watch because he is very talented.
It's just, I get it, the young guys and whatnot, and they obviously brought us some young guys from the draft as well.
Mhm.
But did they make a mistake? I mean, if my philosophy is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why did they let these guys go? Because I get, you still have Kuminga and Moody, but why not keep paying? I mean, they had the money. Why didn't they keep him?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you have to go even far because the Golden State Warriors are very far into the luxury. Um, and you're just building yourself a deeper hole, which it's fine. But if they felt like Gary Payton Jr. wasn't because he's getting paid what 9 million per year now at Trailblazers, I could see them not wanting to do that. Although I will say Alex Caruso with the Lakers last year is getting paid 9 mil a year with the Bulls. Obviously, they really regret letting him go. So that's kind of a similar situation to a player that I think they should have tried a little harder to get Gary Payton Jr. back. But I understand if they didn't want to keep building on the extra taxes.
I think it's the fact that I'm gonna miss those pieces, the ones that really contributed to a championship run last season
Mhm.
for Golden State. But look, you move on. You have younger guys now on the
Yeah,
team,
and
and
no, this is for I think kind of like their future because you have Clay, Draymond, Steph, all getting older. Obviously,
you know,
Steph's still playing phenomenal. Don't he's not falling off right now. But you have young guys. You have Jordan Poole, you have Kaminga, you have Moody. Imagine if you could turn those three into three good starters for your next future, maybe even all stars and Poole and Kaminga. But obviously, that's more down the line. But I will say, Poole played phenomenal in those games where he was replacing Clay Thompson. Uh, I thought he took a huge step this year. Very successful season for him. Um, and I think he especially fits the Golden State mindset of don't hesitate to shoot your threes until it goes in. Keep
exactly,
doing it. Live and die by it. Play hard on defense and live and die by the three.
and that's how Golden State is, and it works. It works, and
Yeah.
I I love it though. I do love it, and we'll see what happens this season. I don't know what to expect. I do hope they, really get close to repeating because they just deserve it. They built it the right way. They're a great team. They have great leaders on the squad all over the place. Steve Kerr has been a phenomenal head coach. Has a great resume, not only as a coach, but as a player as well. You still have Draymond, even though he can be, a pain in the ass at times, but it's Draymond Green. You want that on your team. You want someone like that. That's why LA caught Patrick Beverly, because they think he could be a Draymond Green for them. I really
Hey,
don't.
you need to try something as LA. That was probably their best move,
They gotta
questionably.
try a lot of things, Sean. That's not the
Yeah.
only solution. They gotta try a
No.
lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, Draymond Green said Klay Thompson, if he stays healthy, and I pray, I really do, that this season will be his first full, maybe 70 games is what I want him to play this year, Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I think the big goal is just no big injury. Like, you can afford, especially at Golden State, for him to miss games due to like minor injuries. Like if he's got to miss time here and there, just nothing long term, because you want a guy like him to be good for the playoffs. And I think they'll probably rest him a few games. Is what it is. They have the luxury to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
exactly. I mean, if it plays out, then you put Poole in there, and that's it. Andrew Wiggins. See, that's another guy we forgot to mention.
oh
Andrew
yeah,
Wiggins
we
still
did
there.
forget about him. I did forget about Wiggins.
I mean, he's a guy
See,
that. Yeah. Go ahead, Sean.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying more reasons that they have the luxury to bench people here and there, give them rest days. They could arguably go with one of their starters every game and like still win 50 games on the year. Like
I mean, that's just how deep they are, like
yeah.
depth wise. I mean, at every position, it's even James Wiseman, who was out last season. He showed out in the summer league, and I doubt they're gonna start him. I would put Wiseman on the bench. I mean, because Kevon, outstanding.
Yeah, I think Kevon Looney's gonna start.
Who would have thought? A Kevon Looney would start over a first round pick.
The second pick of the draft. Yeah,
exactly. It's crazy. But you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna put Steph, Klay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Looney. That's your starting five. That's the chemistry that they built last season, and you're gonna keep it that way. And it's gonna wreak.
You got a really young bench though, with who could do a lot of good things, because there's a good chance they'll be going up against other people's benches. And in my opinion, Golden State's bench has more skill than a lot of other people's benches.
Oh, they're gonna beat up the Lakers bench.
Yeah.
A
little bit.
Question marks over there. Look, Sean, there's 30 NBA teams, and honestly, I'm excited for the season to start as well. But looking at it as a whole, if there's one team that you want all of us to keep an eye on as like a dark horse candidate for a possible championship contender, who would that be?
I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty easy for me. I think it's the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I don't know if that's crazy now or what, but I personally love the move by them. I don't think they gave up. I think it was good for them. I wouldn't hesitate to do that if I was them. Now you have Garland, you have Mitchell, you have Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. First of all, they're all very young, very young. And second of all, they're all stars. Like, Evan Mobley still isn't, like, he still got maybe a year or two, but like Evan Mobley had a great rookie year. That's a really good squad you got. And Donovan Mitchell, someone who was the former leader of the Jazz teams for multiple years, in my opinion, over Gobert. But I don't know. That's the squad I'm looking at. I know some people are saying they're worried about the shortness of Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell combined. To be honest, I'm not even worried. To be honest, because you could scheme your defense out easily with Evan. Because you have the luxury of Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, who are both phenomenal defenders and phenomenal shot blockers. You have the luxury to have two short guards that can just go over the screen every time, try to fight for the three ball, but if you get beat, thank God you have 2 7-footers at the rim who can block shots at an insane rate. Like that's what they got. And honestly, they're going to be an attractive team for future free agents, in my opinion, for like getting those role players. So, hey, and they're really not spending too much cap room right now. Like Jarrett Allen ended up being a great contract, 20 mil per year. Some question marks about it last year, obviously, but he made the All Star team. He proved it. Evan Mobley on the rookie contract. Mitchell's worth every penny. Darius Garland's contract extension, I think, kicks in next year. But yeah, I liked a lot of their moves.
If you asked someone how confident they felt in Cleveland before the Mitchell trade, I think there'd be a lot of, like, oh, they'll make the playoffs likely, but just not do anything. But
Yeah,
now with Donovan, it's like, because none of us, I mean, unless you're a complete psychic, no
yeah.
one expected Mitchell to go to Cleveland, and
No,
they stepped up at the last second. I mean,
they
out
were
of
the dark horse.
nowhere. Exactly. There you go. They were
They
the
were the
dark
dark horse
horse to get
candidate to get him.
Mitchell, and now the dark horse for a championship. It's just, you know, it's crazy how tables turn that fast. I mean, you go from potential play-in to legit playoff contender / championship, contender to an extent.
Hmm.
Personally, myself, I wish Mitchell went to New York. I really do,
Hmm.
because it's New York and the Knicks, and they deserve somebody. You can't just keep going with Quentin Grimes and R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson and expect something. They don't deserve that anymore. They've gone through a lot already.
Yeah.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith, a guy who I really love on ESPN, he's gone through a lot with the Knicks. Spike Lee, a loyal Knicks fan who buys tickets every year to see him play courtside. They've gone through a lot, and the
Yeah.
fact that they miss out on Mitchell, it sucks. So
It's
uh,
just another player they've missed out on.
when
It's
is it
just
gonna when is
it's
it
the
gonna end
story of
though,
the
Sean?
Knicks.
When can it end?
Well, they got their guy in Jalen Brunson. They finally won a free agent battle.
Yeah, for a guy who was overpaid to be a starting point guard, I mean, Brunson's great. I mean, he's a solid dude, a guy that
Mhm.
worked great with Luca.
I
Come
will
on.
say, there was statistics when Brunson played without Luca, he was averaging over 20 points a game.
Hmm.
And I think I'm not saying Brunson's an all-star. I don't think he's an all-star. But I think he's a very good starting point guard. And I think he could build a cult. I could think he could help build a culture there. He's the same timeline as RJ Barrett. So hopefully once they figure out something with Julius Randle, they can try to add a third player that's maybe along the same timeline as them. Maybe Obi Toppin can step up. But yeah, I I don't see I like the move that they got Brunson, even if it was a little bit of an overpay.
I mean,
It's sometimes you have to do that in the NBA now. Everyone made fun of DeMar DeRozan and said he was overpaid. How did that work out?
well, they worked
Not
out
saying
pretty well.
Brunson's going to be as good as DeMar,
Of course not. No, I
but
think I think with the Knicks, it's you mentioned Julius Randle. That's an interesting name because it's to the point where what can we expect from him? Because he's so driven to do what he wants. He is a power forward, not a point guard. He is a power
mhm,
forward. Yeah, I see him bring up the ball a lot and shoot threes.
yeah.
It's, why?
See, I will say the Knicks didn't have a true point guard for quite some time.
Mhm.
So that could have been something where Randall's like, "Oh, I don't respect you enough. I'm gonna take the ball up." Like that could have been a mindset of his. And Tibbs, honestly, like Tibbs offenses are just kind of like go do your thing. That's how Tom Thibodeau's offenses typically are. It's just
Mm,
like go shoot, do whatever you want, go to the rim. I don't care. Just play hard defense.
that's something. Not a great philosophy, but hey, if it
But
works, it
that's
works.
that's just kind of how I had viewed it as a Bulls fan because it was kind of like very Derrick. Oh, let's get the ball to Derrick Rose. Oh, Derrick Rose isn't playing this game. Force feed Luol Deng. Force feed Joakim Noah. Who like force feed the best player on the court. Like that's pretty much how it went. Force feed Jimmy Butler. That's what it was.
Well, look, the Knicks are the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes. They might make the playoffs. They might not. I hope they do, but they're not going to go very far. Cleveland, great dark horse candidate. I love it. But you know what, Sean,
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be a very hard topic for me. I might get emotional, just a little bit.
Okay.
The Chicago Bulls, a team that I never would have thought in my life I would root for. You know what? Actually, I might be a Bulls fan because Alonzo. I'm gonna wherever he goes, I go. That's I'm gonna right now. I'm gonna say it right now. Wherever Lonzo goes, I go. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna save this episode. It's gonna be on this podcast forever because I am a Bulls fan. Wherever Lonzo goes, I go. All right.
Welcome to Bulls fandom.
Thank you, Sean. That really means a lot.
But we have to talk about a dark topic, I fear.
Yep. So one day, just look through my phone, scrolling through Instagram or whatever the case may be, and then I get a notification on Instagram, Lonzo Ball, right? Because okay, maybe he's ready to go, like he's healthy, he's fine. I've seen him on vacation with his girlfriend, who they're a great couple. I love them. They're very cute. I don't know if I can say that, but they really are. They're great. Has a daughter with his ex. She's a cute one as well. Everything seems great for Lonzo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Off the court.
Yeah.
It says that he's doubtful to start the year. And I've been writing articles about Lonzo for a while now, to the point where it's okay, he's hurt, but he had a great season last year. Oh, he's hurt, but he's getting there. He's recovering. Oh, he's getting better. Expect him to be ready for training camp.
Man, they were playing that game last year with him. They were saying, oh, this injury would only last a month and a half. Oh, he'll be ready by playoffs. Who wasn't there for playoffs?
Yeah, Lonzo
Who still isn't at summer training camp?
He was on the bench, man, and that hurt. I mean, he looked good in the street clothes, but other than that, he's doubtful to start the year. And Sean, I really don't know what to do here because if you're Chicago, you can't wait that long because and you can correct me on this, but you really can't wait that long. You have DeMar, who had a really, really good year last year to the point where the Lakers could have gone, but they got Westbrook instead of DeMar.
Yeah.
Still questionable to this day. DeMar wanted to go to LA. He really did. And they said, no, we'll get Westbrook instead.
Yeah.
You have Zach LaVine, recently got married, and I believe signed an extension. Right, Sean?
Yeah, and having a kid.
See?
He's got a lot going for him.
Yeah, see, everything's going well for Zach LaVine. You still have Vucevic, who I like him. I do. He spreads the floor. You still have Patrick Williams, who I still have high hopes for just because of his ability to play great defense. Offensively, correct me on this as well, he has work to do on the offensive side of the ball, but he'll get there, I believe. You still have a great bench, Alex Caruso and Kobe White and Ayu Dosunmu, if I said that correctly.
You did.
I did? Yes, let's go.
Yes, congratulations. Hey, you're a Bulls fan already.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally the Bulls test. You got to be able to say his name.
Exactly. And you add in Goran Dragic, which was kind of concerning, and then you added a guard from the draft, Dalen Terry.
Yes.
Dalen Terry. Very close.
Yeah, Dalen Terry's kind of a wing/guard.
See, but that's what scares me, Sean. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guards. So you can just take over here. What can we think? What do we think about Lonzo and the Bulls' future at point? Because he's hurt, and they're not going to wait that long, are they?
No, and I think this was their way of the best route about going about it. We're going to make small moves to make sure we're prepared without him, but obviously he has a place if he's able to come back. So with these small moves, the Bulls have Ayo Dosunmu, Alex Caruso, who even played point guard at times, Kobe White, and Goran Dragic. That is a lot of guys. That is a lot, and I would assume it would most likely be the starter, to start the season. That's just how they played last year. Just because Io was more worried about getting everyone else their touches, and it, I think Billy really likes having Caruso off the bench, even if Caruso's a more skilled player right now. But that's just, and Io did really good last year. He had a great rookie year. He stepped up, played great defense. He had an insane percentage against Trey Young. It was a really weird stat. It was like Trey Young shot like 30% against him in games where they guard each other, and it was a lot of volume. And I was like, okay, Rook. But yeah, Lonzo Ball obviously has his place, but as a Bulls fan, I gotta assume the worst. I gotta assume he's going to be out 2 months or something like that. Like, I'm not expecting him to come back soon. I don't think the Bulls are going to rush him too much, just with having all those players. Now, the Bulls could get creative with their lineups. Obviously, as you just mentioned, having all those guards. So I expect the Bulls to be very creative in those lineups, whether it's playing Kobe White, Alex Caruso, uh, Audisumu all together, doing stuff like that. Even you could even throw Goran Dragic in there. They played Caruso at the 4 last year. They did. I think Billy would do it again. He's not afraid to pull. He's not afraid to go small. But yeah, it's just different. They're gonna have to try different stuff out. Get something that matches well. Last year, the Bulls played terrible without Lonzo. They just fell off. They didn't have that same confidence they had to start the year. Bulls had a lot of confidence last year for the first half of last year, being tied for the first seed with the Miami Heat. Like, that's a big deal for the Chicago Bulls, who had not made the playoffs before that. So it's just interesting to think about.
It hurts, Sean. It hurts. He said a couple months for Lonzo to
I'm
be
assuming
out.
the worst. I'm assuming the worst.
Just, I don't want that for him. I really don't, because
I don't want it either.
this is his second year with Chicago,
Mhm.
into this 4-year contract, and I really do think if this continues, they might trade him or just let him go, and we're all gonna call him a bust. And I really don't want that for him. To the
Mhm.
point where it's LaMelo has played really well with Charlotte, and a lot of people, except myself, because I'm just that type of guy. I'll admit it. A lot of people say LaMelo's better than Lonzo, and I do get it. LaMelo has been very phenomenal, an All-Star last year. He could
Mhm.
shoot, he could pass. He's just fancy with everything, and I love that about him.
Was
Even though,
LaMelo an All-Star last year?
yeah, I think he was. Yeah, he was on not LeBron's team, but the KD. Was it KD? I think it was KD's team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
think
right. You're
I
right.
think I think it was an alternate. Maybe I don't
Eh,
remember.
alternate, man.
You're still an
Still
All
made
Star,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Demar was an All Star. Hell yeah, he was.
Hey, also starter. Yep.
Yeah, see, he's a great guy. I like Demar. He don't shoot three, but he'll make a few here and
Yeah.
there. But he's just a guy who just plays his game, and whatever people say, it really doesn't matter. Like, he'll get in the mid range and just do his thing. That's what I like about Demar.
Yeah.
Uh, Zach Levine is still there, which is great. I think that I really didn't want to see him anywhere else but Chicago. It just he fits. He fits with the red and the white and the black
Mhm.
at times. He fits with that. Um,
No, and he's the longest tenured Chicago Bull. I don't think any fan wanted to see him go. I don't think
no,
any fan really wanted to see him go.
no.
And I think he's loved his time in Chicago too. And has loved the moves that Arturas Karnisovas is willing to make this Bulls team better. He's willing to do whatever it takes to make this team better right now.
And you know what Chicago has?
Mm-hmm.
First round picks.
That they do have some. Not they lost, so they don't have their this year's pick because of the Magic trade with Vooch. They don't have one because of their DeMar trade. They had to trade their 2025 first, but those are the only two that I'm aware of right now. So it's not bad, but they have Hey, they have more Lakers than the first. Or first than the Lakers, sorry.
I don't want to be a fan of a team again that loses. Actually, no. You know what? No, you're right. You're right. Chicago has a bright future. Yep. Yes, they do.
Well,
Yes,
they
they
still
do.
have Patrick Williams, who I think they're unwilling to trade just to see if he can turn out to be something special. Because Patrick Williams' size and frame is what you typically see in NBA star forwards. He has the size, the hands,
Mhm.
the ability to move like all-star forwards. And I think they're really wanting to make him work.
And he plays great defense. It's just a matter of can he be effective on the offensive end. I think that's
Yeah,
the
and
biggest question mark.
even on defense, man, he couldn't play against those guys. Like both struggled when he guarded Giannis. Which reasonably so. They struggled when he had to guard LeBron. He struggled. Has struggled against honestly, better forwards, and it's it's okay. It's okay to do that, but it's also hard with the Bulls being in the situation they're in. Um, but hopefully Patrick Williams has made that next step this season. Had a good off season. I'm excited to see him, man, if he can keep improving his game. He's got a nice touch at the rim. He's got a nice looking jumper. I believe he has potential to be good. The only fear is that Chicago wants to be good now. That's my only fear.
I mean, why not? I mean, with the roster they have right now, it's very capable that they could win something. It's just a matter of can all the good luck be given to them immediately? Can these guys just stay healthy for the entire year? Look, Zach LaVine is fairly healthy. DeMar the same way. Vucevic to an extent, I believe he can. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be a great player.
He's
Yeah, I
fairly
think it's.
consistently on the court.
I think it just really bothers me that the ball, the Lonzo dude, for the love of God, can. What does he need, Sean? Does he need ankles?
He needs a new knee.
Take my knee. I really don't
Yeah.
care. Just take my knee. Whatever he needs, just give it to him. I don't want this for him no more. I want him to see. I want to see him on the. I want to enjoy basketball again. I gotta find someone to root for. Can he just
Mm.
stay on the court so I can watch Lonzo for like a little bit at least? Just for the love of God, I just.
It is a shame because Lonzo was phenomenal for the Bulls last year. Worth every penny before he got hurt, in my
Yeah.
opinion. He was doing great at distributing the ball, playing great defense, insane vision,
Mhm.
just insane vision. Always looking for everyone, always looking for the cutter. He and him and Zach LaVine are really nice pairing together.
Yeah.
They are a very good pairing together. They can both play on the ball, off the ball. Lonzo plays great defense. Zach can do a lot with the ball in his hands. Lonzo Ball's still good at catch and shoot. They just meshed perfect together in my eyes. Like I thought it was a perfect pairing, and it just hurts that we have not seen the Lonzo Ball in quite some time,
It
and
really
probably
does.
won't for a little bit.
Yeah, just for a little bit. Look, I'm still picking up fantasy basketball. I'm still gonna pick him up. I might draft him, Lonzo, just because I need him
Mm-hmm.
uh, to get not only me fantasy points but also just contribute in real life scenarios. And if Lonzo can just hopefully good news comes out maybe soon that maybe there's been a change and that he got better one night. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for. I mean that's the best case scenario. Is that Lonzo got healthy again. He's ready to go for training camp. He's ready to go for game one, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Things could happen, but we'll see with Zoe. I don't want to make this into a whole Lonzo segment, but I do hope that he gets healthy again. And look, the Ball family as a whole, pretty good family. LeVar wasn't wrong. All three of his sons were in the NBA to an extent. I mean,
Yeah,
LeAngelo was in the
I
G League.
mean, if you're making the G League, even I'd still call that successful.
Exactly.
Like for LiAngelo standards, I mean, people were questioning if he'd even make the NBA. So Honestly, he played phenomenal in last year's summer league because I
Hmm.
was at it and I was watching him. I'm like, that's a good looking shot. Shoots better than anyone on the Los Angeles Lakers except LeBron. Like he's that's I'm just saying
They
he
should
had a
sign.
pretty jumper. I was just like, okay,
They should sign him. L.A. I
yeah.
would. Yeah. Chicago doesn't need him, but it would be cool to
If
have.
Stan, if Laker fans were excited about Stanley Johnson, no offense, he was on the Bulls before we cut him. If y'all were excited about Stanley Johnson, you'll be excited for him.
Don't call me out, Sean. I was one of those people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying Stanley wasn't playing much on our team.
No, yeah.
Javante Green had passed him up. Derrick
Oh,
Jones Jr. passed him up.
yeah.
It's
Oh man, it's like the NBA is a lot of fun. A lot of unpredictable stuff as well. Anything could happen, but
yeah,
that's the beauty of basketball.
especially in recent years, I believe.
Oh yeah, 100%. I
Because
mean,
there's definitely the period where it was like, oh, late Golden State with Kevin Durant, they were gonna win it. LeBron in Cleveland, they're going to the NBA Finals. It was getting a little predictable for a while, and I'm happy that it's a lot more teams are competitive now. I think the play-in tournament is great because it makes more teams feel like they have a chance, and they don't resort to tanking so quickly. Because there was a period where like 7 teams were like tanking, and then now it's like, are there that many teams like truly tanking? Like maybe Thunder. I don't think there's a lot of teams truly tanking. Are they bad? Maybe, but are they purposely losing games? Not exactly.
I think every team in the NBA, their fans have something to look out for. I mean,
Yeah, look forward to. Yeah,
even the Kings. They've been bad a lot
yeah.
for a long time. They still have De'Aaron Fox. You got Malik Monk. You have Sabonis. You got
Keegan Murray
Davion.
now.
Yeah, Davion Mitchell too as well. There's a lot to
Yeah,
look out for every team out there.
the
Uh,
NBA is always getting better.
exactly. The NFL is different, but I mean, look, all we can do is wait. The NBA
Yeah.
starts on September 30th. Wizards and Warriors in the preseason in China. That is a game I will not be watching. But
No,
um,
too early for me.
exactly. Sean, do you have an NFL team by any chance?
I do. I'm a big Bears fan. Big Bears fan. I'm sorry, Giants fan, disappoint you, but we did beat you last year.
Oh, you're not disappointing me. Nope. I think we're in the same boat. We are in the same boat.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. I have very little hope for the team this year. I'm guessing 5 or less wins.
Who do you guys have week one?
The 49ers, who the Bears played very well against the end of last year. Justin Fields questionably had his best game of the year against them. Um, we'll see. I'm excited to see the Trey Lance versus Justin Fields battle. Even if Lance has 10 times the weapons and we'll be going up against a much worse defense, but
I
yeah, I
like
think it'll be interesting.
I like Darnell Mooney, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Cole Kmet has potential, but it's hard. Young tight ends really struggle in the NFL.
Mhm.
Kyle Pitts having 1,000 yards was crazy for a rookie tight end because we just haven't seen that in recent years where young tight ends do well right away. Like even George Kittle, it took him like 3 years to actually like start becoming George Kittle, and that's just what the way it is with tight ends. You need that time.
So what you're saying is give Cole Kmet some time, and he'll be a good tight end.
Hey, I don't know about George Kittle good, but I think he will be a good tight end. I don't know if it's. I think he'll make a jump either this year or next year. Hopefully this year. I don't know if he's ready, but he's going to get the volume. So
Okay.
that's what I'm excited about.
All right.
There's always something to look forward to, even if your team is extremely disappointing you.
Well, my Giants, I will say,
With Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes.
all I'm gonna say is I have his jersey. I didn't buy that just for it to last this season. No, I expect that to last like a while. I didn't buy his jerseys just so that he could get
When'd
released.
you buy it?
I bought it because it's a color rush
When?
jersey and I
When'd
like
you
it.
buy it?
When?
This year? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Did you get on clearance? Like, what?
So not to plug them, but it's a website called Jersey Dunk, and they have amazing replica jerseys for like $50. That's how I got
Oh,
my Lonzo Ball jersey, Lakers jersey that can go in the trash. But I got my Daniel Jones jersey on there as well. It's a bit too big, for me right now. But you know, Daniel Jones. All I'm gonna say is this is his best supporting cast he's had in a while, and that's saying a lot. Because if you watch Giants football, Sean, it's
yeah.
not pretty.
No,
Like,
it's not. Bad O-line usually, failed run games.
you see that TV right there, Sean?
Mhm.
I sit there for 2.5 hours, right? This is our possessions. This is what it consists of. 1st and 10, right? Obviously, every
Yeah.
1st and 10. 2nd and 15.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 16. No, 3rd and 16. Punt. We love punting, Sean. You want to watch punting? We love punting.
And watch the Giants. Okay.
Oh yeah. If you want to, not this season, but like in previous years, if you love punting, whoo! If you're a kid out there that wants to learn how to punt, just watch Giants football. Trust me, you're gonna learn a lot. Field goals? Field goals is even better, especially when we barely get into field goal range. You want to kick some field goals? Oh, we love field goals. Touchdowns? We're not the team to watch. Go watch Kansas City or Green Bay.
Hey, Bears aren't the high score. Have never been a true high scoring offense either. You could have the best defense in the world, and the Bears were still putting up maybe 2 touchdowns, and that's only because their defense scored 1, and then the other time they got an interception in the red zone. Like, that's pretty much what Bears football was like for a while, or pretty much actually for a long time.
Look, at least we have the Bulls, right, Sean?
That's true. We have the Bulls.
We have the Bulls, and that's all we can look forward to. And you know what? It's fine because as long as we have one team that's winning, our other teams can. But I do hope my Giants win enough games this year. Jones, I hope he has a great year. Saquon Barkley, just stay healthy. I will give him my ACL or whatever he needs. Just take it. Just take it. But yep, my Giants. I expect 7 or 8 wins. Yep, that better be the
that's bold.
Bold.
Yeah, bold.
That's 8 wins. I hope so. They have the easiest schedule.
They're not getting 8. They're not getting 8.
Oh, they'll get 8. I know they'll get 8. I have a gut feeling they won't get 10. Well, they could get 10,
no,
but they're gonna get 8. They're gonna get 8.
Well, we'll see. They're gonna need some luck to come their way.
It's the NFC East, Sean. Can't get better than that.
Yeah, but they're my worst favorite team, the NFC East. Respectfully.
So you have them before or after the Commanders?
Yes.
Sean, they're the Commanders.
Do you like how quick I answered that too?
Oh, I did. I really did. But you're gonna put a team with no identity over a team that's been established.
Established with Daniel Jones?
No, but our culture is established. You know, we have a mentality.
You got a first-year head coach. Let's not call it.
But he's really good, though.
Hey, I like your coach. I'm not hating on the coach.
I like yours too.
Hey, don't do Matt Eberflus right there.
Who?
Hey, at least it's not Matt Nagy.
Oh, that is true. Where is he now?
You thought it was still Nagy?
No, I am not that behind. I just don't know where Nagy is.
He's a quarterback coach for Kansas City.
That's why, Brad. Oh my goodness. That's why your brother took Justin Herbert over Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
That's why he was looking ahead. That's not good. It's not good. Um, yeah, but I think with New York, it's Brian Dable, and he came from Buffalo, and Josh Allen, who did really good last night. As we're recording this, the night before was the Bills Rams game, and Josh Allen went completely off. From a fantasy aspect, I liked it.
He went off in every scenario. He did great. He had a great
Exactly.
game. Even
He's
the interception, it wasn't. I don't think it was bad. Like it was just a receiver could have held on to it better, sure, but yeah,
he's an MVP candidate, 100%.
the favorite right now,
Oh yeah,
probably. Him and Burrow are my two favorites right now. But
I like that one. Burrow's a different one. I haven't heard that one yet.
yeah, I mean, it's not that bold. He just went to the Super Bowl.
But Super Bowl hangover. That's what I'll call it.
Yeah.
But I think it's, with New York, there's a lot of optimism. We are running short on time soon, so we'll wrap it up in a bit here. But with Giants is that you have Brian Dable, you have Mike Kapp, who came from the Chiefs, was the quarterbacks coach for Kansas City.
Yeah.
See, so what I'm trying to say is Daniel Jones is going to be a mix of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
So if they had a baby, it's going to be Daniel Jones.
Yeah, dang right.
Okay, we'll see about that.
I hope so, Sean. I swear.
I'm not gonna lie though, the Giants are one of my top predictors of who's drafting a quarterback in the first round this next year. That's what I see with the Giants, but
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Because you have established yourself as a beat writer who I really love reading about, and most of the time you're not wrong. So,
here and there. I thought the Lakers were gonna be good last year.
You did.
Sean. That was like the take that was probably my worst take probably of all of last year. I thought the Lakers were going to be very good with Russell Westbrook because I thought they were going to be too talented, and I overestimated all those old guys being able to shoot. Turns out they didn't. They didn't practice all off season. Didn't have a jump shot. No one had a jump shot.
Once again, I'll point to this TV right here. For those of you listening on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, I'm pointing at the TV. This is where I witnessed how good the big three of LA was going to do. My girl was right here. Her brother was right next to her. We were watching the Warriors-Lakers opening night, and we had Jack in the Box. Sean, we were wrong. LeBron put up 20-something. AD put up 20-something. And then Westbrook put up 2 points. And that's when I knew, Sean, that it wasn't going to work.
That's when you knew?
That's when I knew. I had optimism, but inside, deep down, it wasn't going to work.
It's harsh. It's harsh to have the real truth come out about your teams. Even recently, I just came out an article yesterday where I said Chicago Bulls fans, we should be worried. And Lonzo Ball was an issue. Another issue was the Eastern Conference. There's a lot of competitive teams in the Eastern Conference now. So unfortunately, the truth hurts sometimes.
It really does. But you know what? All we can do is be optimistic and keep a smile on our face and hope for the best for not only our Bulls.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook's going to save the day, guys.
All right.
You said it, not me.
Oh, I said it last year, not this season. Sean Patten, thank you again for joining the Elite Champions podcast. And if anyone wants to follow you, and I'm sure they will, because guys, this guy creates great content for Belly Up Sports. Where can they follow you at, Sean?
They can follow me on Twitter, Patten_Sean. And I would love to get your guys' feedback. If you guys ever have article requests, anything like that, please hit my DMs. I'm always open to that kind of stuff. Here for the people.
You got it. All right, Sean. Well, good luck to your Bears. Good luck to our Bulls now, not just your Bulls.
Yeah.
Our Bulls.
Congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you. Ayo Dosunmu. I got it.
Yes.
I got it.
Yep. That was your one question. You passed the test.
I hope Lonzo's healthy to start not to start the year, but hopefully he gets healthy soon. And
yeah.
Well, thank you all for listening and watching the Elite Champions podcast. Championship Sports Talk every week because we are elite. Follow us on Twitter at Elite Champions 4L. So just the number 4 and then the letter L. And we'll see y'all next week. Enjoy your football Sunday or, football Sunday, football Monday, whatever you want to call it. And we'll see y'all next week. Sean, thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?